Right, hi everyone, Martin here from Trico Care, shooting a quick but exciting demo video of Colourstart Passport's new Phorest integration. So we've been working closely with the Phorest team now to integrate their salon management platform with our Colourstart Passport platform. So the two systems are now talking to each other, which should hopefully automate a huge amount of the day-to-day activities required from salons when operating Colourstart Passport. Specifically, three key actions that we're now automating that I want to show you in this demo video. We're now automating the invite process of actually getting a client onboarded onto Colourstart Passport and signing up. We're automating reminders that you have to send for people to retake their screening questionnaire, which we're now doing in email format, which I'll show you in a second. And we're now actually also at the end of the process, that redeeming of the passports at the end once they've had their hair coloured, which we are now automating as well through Phorest. So what I'm going to do is just demonstrate those three key actions for you now. To start off this process, I'm going to jump into Phorest, which you can see on my screen here. I'm going to create a new appointment for Saturday afternoon. So let's say 2 o'clock. I'm going to add an appointment for a new user for Phorest and actually a new user for Colourstart. So if I click new clients, I'm just going to create a name, Sophie Turner, for example. Enter their email address, sophieexample.com, and save that appointment. Add a service, which is specifically going to be a colour one, so we're also then filtering out any non-colouring appointments in Phorest through to Colourstart. Set that service and click save. So that's now then saved as an appointment in Phorest, where earlier than before this new integration, you've had to then go into Colourstart separately and send an invite out. Now what we're doing is we have a script that runs every hour that calls Phorest and actually asks for the appointment data for any colouring appointments. And then we can then perform actions on that depending on any updates. So if I just run that now, I'm just going to do that on my second screen. That will automatically send a invite email out to Sophie, sophieexample.com, which I'm just going to grab from my second screen and show you here. So that's then automatically been sent an invite, a process that you would have had to do manually before, but now it's automatically gone out. I'm just going to create a user account just for demonstration purposes. That's now signed me up to Colourstart, and you'll notice that the Trico Care demo salon account has automatically been paired up, so that's the one that's been set up in Phorest as well, so that's another step you no longer have to do. Also just going to take the screening questionnaire for now, just for my demo. Age 16 or over, not pregnant or breastfeeding. So there's still some actions that have to be done by the client as before, but a lot of the process for the salons is now automated. So that screening questionnaire is now done, and also the Colourstart patch test, which would normally take 48 hours. I'm just going to be sneaky and create a green passport for my demo. Okay, so now we're green, okay to colour hair. I'm just going to log out and then log in as a salon, so you can see what it looks like from your perspective. Okay, so now logged in, I can see Sophie has had her account set up. She's signed up, now okay to colour hair. If you look at the activity log, which is the same as before, but we've got a couple of new features now and new activities that we've been tracking. So we can see that they've been invited to Colourstart Passport by Phorest. I can see that they've got a next hair colour appointment that's been set to the 3rd of June, Saturday, which I've just done in Phorest, Saturday afternoon. And then I can see that they've also accepted the invitation and completed the screening questionnaire. So they're ready for their hair colours. So if I now jump back into Phorest, we can then track and automatically redeem passports, which we're doing by tracking if the appointment's been paid or not, so at the end of the process. So if I jump into this appointment here, I know it's a day early, but if I just set that as paid, I'm just going to set it as paid by cash. That's now then paid in Phorest, which is great. And at this point then, beforehand you would have had to log back into Colourstart Passport and redeem the passport, but we're now automating this process once an hour by running that task that I mentioned earlier, where we just request all of the appointment data and sync that up in the database with Colourstart. So I've just run that. All looks good. If I just refresh the page, and there we go. So I can see now that the passport was redeemed by TricoCare Demo, redeemed by Phorest, and you'll see that now we've gone back to the take questionnaire step, and the next colour appointment has just been set back to nil, back to no date recorded. I can show you that next. So actually, if we set a new appointment for Sophie, say on the next Thursday, 11 o'clock in the morning, I can add that in. Set it to Sophie, add a colour service, just for 45 minutes, set that to done. That's now then each hour again going to run the script and then updates the appointment details for Sophie in Colourstart Passport, which is super exciting because then I can refresh the page and see, hey presto, TricoCare Demo has set a hair colour appointment for 8th of June 2023. So every hour then we're automatically syncing the next hair colour appointment in Passport. And the reason we're doing that is because we can then send reminders before this appointment date for your clients to be ready to take the screening questionnaire. So there's not actually any process before where people are arriving at the salons and having to quickly do their screening questionnaires in the salon. They can come prepared just because they've been reminded to do that. These reminder emails, actually I'm just going to show you now, are going to look a bit like this. Hi Sophie, it's time to complete your Colourstart screening questionnaire before your appointment with Not Another Salon next week. With a big fat button, take questionnaire, which they can click, go straight through to their screening questionnaire, answer the 6 questions and get going. We're also then including extra details of why we're sending this, and also please note they may need to purchase a patch test, that sort of thing. So those reminder emails are going to get sent 7 days before the appointment and also 1 day before the appointment. We will only send these reminder emails if they haven't done the questionnaire yet. And so yeah, there you have it. That kind of then introduces a lot of this Phorest integration that we've now completed. Hopefully you can kind of appreciate this is now automating a huge amount of the day-to-day activity for salons, and actually what you would have previously had to do manually is now automated. You don't have to worry about it. It just does it every hour via Phorest, which is super exciting for us. Can't wait for you guys to start using it. But yeah, as always, please reach out if you've got any questions. Happy to help, and I'll catch you next video. Cool, thanks. Bye.